unintentional. Hello.
We're back.
We have returned. Sort of. We didn't go anywhere. We just stopped the camera.
Were we gone?
No.
No. Were we already gone? Yes.
But we are going to do our first challenge? I don't know. Whatever.
Sure, challenge.
It's a thing that's happening. So the reason that I brought up the Harry Potter Knit Crochet House Cup in our introduction video is because it was really good structure that you take something that you're pretty familiar with already, in that case Harry Potter, and you come up with interesting and somewhat silly, or maybe not so silly,
usually
whatever, creative ways to tie in crafts.
Like,
Great group if you're interested in that. We both did it for several years. Just a bit much again for us at this point in our life, but wonderful group. If you're interested, definitely go check it out. Lovely people, excellent community. We're just taking things down a notch because they do a lot and they're amazing. The people who run it are amazing.
I get really competitive.
Yeah,
and
there's that too, because there's houses and they compete, and there's no competing here, but
no.
So we're kind of taking that idea and taking something, TV show, movie, potentially book, whatever we feel like talking about, and making some sort of craft-related prompt for the other person. So for this period of time, we're going to be looking at Lord of the Rings.
And why are we starting with Lord of the Rings?
We're starting with Lord of the Rings because I am weird and decided...
No.
Yeah, just a bit. And
decided... Tell the whole internet like that? Let them discover it on their own.
No.
You know. You already know. It's fine.
We're here, so you know that. So I decided, I don't know, 6-7 years ago that Lord of the Rings was a Christmas movie because what else are you going to do when the sun sets at 4? Watch really long movies, obviously. So then that turned into my child then was, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 at the time. Very excited about the idea of New Year's Eve and staying up till midnight.
Oh, yes.
And then as a family, we were like, hey, Lord of the Rings, staying up till midnight. We can make this work. And so, for the last few years, we have then invited people over to watch all of the Lord of the Rings on December 31st, which is now, in my house, become known as Lord of the Rings Day. Whatever anyone else in the world chooses to call that day, in my house, it's Lord of the Rings Day. So that's a thing that just already happens at my house anyway. So we're going to start with Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Obviously, I've seen it a few times.
Yeah. At least, 6 or 7 times?
Like 6 or 7.
6 or 7 years ago?
Not counting the times that, I've watched it in the theater or anything.
Yeah.
But, or read the books or any of those kinds of things.
Which you have done numerous times.
I think I've gone through the books twice.
Okay. That is more than me. I have read them once and said to myself, that was nice.
Yep,
I don't need to do that again.
Okay, so to be fair, I read the books once, and then I listened to the audiobooks.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it is. I've gone through the story in the written
every day
thing format. Not every day.
Well, you do in memes. So.
I do in memes, that's true. Yeah.
I've read the books. Well, the book, I suppose. It's one book.
Technically.
Okay. But I read the Fellowship of the Ring and thought, wow, that was cool. And then I got into the Two Towers and I was like, that's a lot of marsh.
And the structure changes.
It did. The structure did change. I really liked Fellowship, and then I kind of took a break.
And then they split up.
I decided, okay, let's do this. I'm going to finish all the books before the Peter Jackson movies came out. So I did that.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I need to read them again.
That's fair.
But I do enjoy watching the movies.
Yeah.
Especially every year at Lord of the Rings Day.
Lord of the Rings Day, man.
And so this time of year, the the dog barks.
The dog
but
barks.
also, we think of Lord of the Rings.
We do.
So,
we do.
that is why we settled on starting this with Lord of the Rings, since it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. All right. So, I guess I will go ahead and just decide that I'm starting with my prompt.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about Lord of the Rings for anyone who may not have ever seen it?
I mean, how much of Lord of the Rings do you want me to tell? So there's
let's go
fantasy world.
Hold on, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go 2 minutes or less. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
2 minutes or less.
Fantasy world where general discussion of good versus evil, which there is an evil demon, angel, king, wizard guy who thousands and thousands of years ago put all of his powers into a ring that then got passed through history and has landed in the hands of a effectively teenage person called a hobbit who are notably non-magical in this world of not fairies, elves, giant eagles, dragons, trolls, all sorts of magical creatures. And then it is, I would say, again, pretty classic good versus evil story of there are all the good guys trying to defeat evil that is embodied in a ring.
I should have set a timer, but
I have a ring.
That was pretty good.
I teach math. I can make my points quickly.
Yeah, that was good. Big picture-wise, the story is told in 3 novel-length pieces of literature.
Yup.
That are theoretically all one book, but whatever. So Fellowship of the Ring, where they get together with all the people who are going to help take this ring back to where it came from and destroy it. And then the 2 towers, which I don't know if you know this, but it focuses on 2 towers.
What?
I know, weird.
Whoa. Crazy. Never would have guessed with a title like that.
There's a lot of slogging through marshland, and that's also it's the one where the trees are.
Yeah, the Ents.
They're cool.
They are very cool.
And then the last one, Returns a King to the throne of Gondor.
Yep.
But also there's armies, and there's armies in the other one too, but I kind of lost track of what's in which book.
Yeah, there are several
movies.
Large,
battles.
attack the castle kind of battles.
Yeah, that about sums it up. So anyway, the ring back to Mordor.
Yeah, we have to take the ring back to Mordor to defeat evil, and
there you go.
Like that. So the thing that I'm choosing to focus on at this particular point in time is that throughout Lord of the Rings, there is a lot of, shall we say, unfinished business. So I'm going to get into some character names. So we, of course, have the ring, which is then given to Frodo from his uncle Bilbo, who stole it from Gollum. Yeah. And the ring kind of has its own agenda.
That was its own book.
That was its own whole book. That was The Hobbit, yeah. Well, sort of. Anyway, so the ring kind of has its own agenda, but it certainly has its own unfinished business of trying to take over the world, as we all do from time to time. And then Frodo is then inheriting this problem from his uncle, and, he then gets help from that. We also have various characters who may or may not have, just misplaced their wives or, been raised in other countries but are actually the long-lost king of that country and needs to be put on the throne. So everyone kind of has unfinished business.
Misplaced their wives?
Yes, the Ents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ents.
All right.
They ask if, people have seen their wives, and they're like, no, what happened to them? It's like, oh, we lost our wives. Oh, I'm so sorry. They're not, no, we just don't know where they are. They wandered off one day.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ents. So everyone just kind of has unfinished business.
Okay.
So my prompt for you for this period of time is to finish some unfinished business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's a good one.
Right? Yeah.
When I think about the Fellowship of the Ring, And like the first time I read it, and I thought, wow, this is kind of cool. Like, you know, you're going on this big adventure, and you're trying to like you head out with like your little group of friends, and then you get to like a point of safety, like, and you've met with some hardship on the way, but you finally get to Rivendell. That's where the elves are, and they're chilling and elf stuff, and elves are great. They love elves.
They're very pretty buildings.
Yeah, so like they get to that point of safety, and then they band together, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this together, and we're gonna go on this journey. We're gonna go this way. Okay, so we're going this way, and they meet with like more drama and the snowstorms, and they have to go through the mines, and it's like a whole big thing, and there's the puzzle to get in the door, and I just really like the first book. Anyway, so they go to more elves, more different elves.
Yeah.
The whole first book really is, I mean, if they could end it there, it would be like a heck of a quest.
It sure would.
It would be just this incredible journey.
Yep.
And so my prompt for you is to get ready for a journey.
To get ready for a journey.
Yeah. What are you going to take on your journey?
Okay.
What are you going to take on your journey? You have to be ready.
Just any journey. Just pack a bag.
Yeah.
Be ready to go.
Yeah, just like Bilbo when the dwarves showed up. In The Hobbit, which is a different book.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
He also didn't have a bag and left without his handkerchiefs, but that's
okay. Well,
also
you
a whole other
might
thing.
want to put some handkerchiefs in a bag.
I
or
could do that. Yeah.
Perhaps in a sweater. I don't know.
Right.
How you want to roll with this, but take us on your journey.
Okay.
And prepare.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is your prompt for the next however long this takes.
So in however long this takes, we will each be sharing updates. And then at some period, after some period of time, we shall reconvene collectively. Yeah, all of us. And share how these prompts,
how it's
going. You know, we'll share our results and go from there. So
it's like a reality show where we're like in the, you know, like on the thing, we're on the trail, and we're like, hey, this is me. I've been knitting. Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. I'm totally gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally gonna do that.
Yep.
All right, so we will check in later.
You'll see us when you see us.
That's true. Okay, so we need to find patterns for to help us get ready for a journey, right? What do we need when we're getting ready for a journey? We need a bag. Now, I know Bilbo ran out of his house with nothing, but his piece of paper from Gandalf, but that was The Hobbit, and this is Lord of the Rings. And even though it wasn't in the movies, if we go back to the books, Frodo had like a year to prepare to get to go to Rivendell, and that's all he thought he was doing. He was going to Rivendell, but even then, he had a year. He sold the house. He sold all of his assets. He bought this tiny other little house so that even nobody in the Shire, nobody in Bag End would have anything in particular to say. Someone comes looking for Frodo, yeah, he moved. It's fine. So there was preparation. So we're allowed to prepare. So the thing that we need for any journey is luggage, right? So we're going to go ahead and look for some bags. Go through advanced search. I always check my library first. Also, Klaus says hi. Not a whole lot in my library. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll look just also at free bags. I'm not opposed to buying a pattern, but we'll just see what's available. So we have this dumpling bag, and I actually have some yarn that I have been wanting to use to make this dumpling bag. So that is a good option. However, it's pretty small for a journey. So unless we're going to put, I don't know, some sort of expansion charm or get, some TARDIS technology, I don't think that is our best option. right now. Although here is a Hermione bag, speaking of. So we'll see. We've got a lot of market bags. Not the kind of thing we're looking for. This could be a good option. But I really did like that satchel idea. Okay, this one's pretty good. That's cute. What is this, though? Felted bag satchel looks a little bit bigger. Let's see what's up with that. Okay. So, oh, you can't quite see. Sorry. All right, so we found ourselves to this satchel by Stephanie, I don't know, Shiman, something like that. Sorry. And it says, this modern messenger bag is knit on large needles with double-stranded wool and then felted. All of that is sounding really, really nice to me. The entire bag is knit in stackinette stitch, mostly in the round, and is seamless, sounding even better. Small gussets give dimension, and the I-cord details adds a finished look. I rated the difficulty as tangy, but really anyone can knit it. All your mistakes will get felted away. So it starts with worsted. It's double-stranded of worsted in size 13. It even suggests Cascade 220. And luckily enough, Stephanie actually went to Webb's earlier this year, I think, with another one of our friends. We live a reasonable distance away from Webb's that, you know, somebody goes a couple times a year. And she actually found some Cascade 220 superwash that was accidentally not superwash, so it was on sale. So I have a whole lot of it, in a color that would be pretty good. So I think this is a pretty decent place. However, because I'm crazy, we're gonna leave our satchel there. Actually, I already opened it, and it's over here at nitty.com is the full pattern. So Satchel, nitty.com by Stephanie Shiman. You can get there through Ravelry or just on nitty.com. I've gotten to a weird point in my knitting world where I kind of always have to have a sock or a sweater going at the same time. So let's, just see what we can find. We need, see if we can find any. We'll do advanced search. We'll see if we can find a sock with pockets. Why not? Because, that would be funny. Oh my, there are socks with pockets. So let's find some good pocket socks. Hidden Treasure Pocket by Kat Bourdin. Oh, that's probably going to be in a book, though. They're so cute. Also good. I like these ones, though. All right, so we have indeed pocket socks. And the pattern looks like a fairly vanilla pocket, or fairly vanilla sock. But then we add our pocket, and we can make our pocket kind of any size. Because it looks like it's attached at the end. Some of them have buttons. Ooh, buttons! And then some of them don't. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do pocket socks and our satchel. And between those two, I should be able to pack away anything I need for this journey. Awesome. Okay, well, I am all set here. I've got my Cascade 220, not actually superwash, and my size 13 needles. I've got, my nitty.com directions up. We're going to go ahead and get started on this satchel. So what you working on, Stephanie?
I'm working on a baby blanket for my niece, actually. Spoilers, if you're my sister-in-law or brother-in-law, don't look. And anyone else, you probably can't see it because I'm wearing white, but this is a little partial octagon, which will have 3 outside sides, don't ask. Anyway, it works, okay? It's called a partial octagon.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pattern is Owl Obsession.
Yeah.
And I am making it without the owl eyes and faces.
Okay.
I don't know.
You don't want the separate things for babies to pull off anymore.
True, I don't. And also, it's really pretty as just a blanket.
It is.
Without the owl eyes and beaks and whatnot,
really
which are
is.
Adorable.
They are.
Adorable. But, this is my vibe today, so that's what I'm working on.
Nice.
Yep. I finished all the guts. Now I'm just doing these motifs, and then you know, put it all together, put an edging on it, all that stuff.
So, the actual pattern, I don't crochet as much as Stephanie does. The actual pattern, you've got the octagon, and then you've got like this color in the center. So, like, do those have color in the center?
They do not. These are the edges that fill in where the octagons and squares meet.
No.
So you end up like you're kind of it's kind of a lacy little inset thing.
Because I was like, are you gonna thread the rainbow through there? But no, you're not, because that's not how it goes.
I'm gonna taste the rainbow, but I am probably not going to do anything else like that now.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So despite Klaus's best efforts, Stephanie has finished the thingies. The partial octagons, that's what they are.
I'm going to weave in some of my ends. Some of them will get covered up in the seaming process, so.
So that's where we're at.
Neat. So is that your unfinished business?
So my unfinished business turned out to be making more unfinished business.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes.
I mean, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
So far, anyway. Like, I feel like unfinished business is sort of what I've been hauling around since I learned how to knit and crochet.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, there's definitely, like, a sweater that just needs a sleeve.
Sure.
There's 2 of those. Different sweaters. Different sleeves.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Anyway.
I mean, you know, not that there aren't crafters who just start a thing and finish it, but I feel like it's a smaller number than the people who have the this and the that and the other thing, and then there's something else, and then I have this project over here that's in this completely other craft, and then I have that project over there that's a completely different craft, and then I've got 14 other projects over there.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's much more representative.
Definitely
of the crafting
relatable.
world.
Yeah. Just in general. And I do finish things, although I'm more of like a process crafter. So I enjoy the process, and then I'm like, well, I made a shawl. What am I gonna do with that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it, I guess. I don't know. I'll put it with all the other shawls, but yeah. At least baby blankets, they go to the babies.
They do. They go away,
yes.
and that's
they
nice.
go to the babies.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Cool.
And this will be the second and final baby blanket, ready for a baby shower.
Yes. Well, because you did finish the Easy Dino blanket.
I did.
Or Easy Dinosaur blanket.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
You were working on earlier.
We'll see.
It sure will be a thing. But it's finished.
It is finished.
That one's finished.
Even the ends are woven in.
Yeah, and this one was planned, not started, and now it's mostly done.
Yes. I know.
Which I will.
I've done a thing.
That's really good. That's good. I was going to another movie, and I will not do that right now because we're on Lord of the Rings, and that's what we're talking about.
We are.
And I will stay talking about Lord of the Rings.
As far as other unfinished business goes, the big unfinished business are my temperature blankets.
Sure.
Which you did dutifully try to talk me out of, and I do appreciate that.
At the time before you started them.
Credit where credit is due.
To be clear, I didn't try and talk you out of them
before
last
I
month.
started them. Yes.
Before these were started.
So so that's still over here. It's my emotional support bag of blanket right now.
Yeah, clearly. So that everyone needs.
I'll see it soon.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, Frodo. How's your journey?
My journey is good. Well, I'm prepared for my journey. I haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
But I am prepared.
She's
and
prepared
so what we
for the
need
journey.
to prepare for a journey is obviously you have to pack, but you have to have, a place to put it.
True.
So I made a bag.
Ah, very nice. And it's felted.
All felted and
Yeah.
things. Now, to be fair, it was also worsted weight held double on size 13 needles.
Wow.
So it went pretty quickly.
Yep.
Yeah. Which then.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Okay. That bag is possibly a
bag. It's called Satchel.
Wow. That's amazing.
Have all the information listed. I don't remember the designer. I'm sorry, but there we go. That's our satchel. But then also, if you're going on a journey and you're walking,
you need snacks. No.
You need new socks.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Right?
Sure.
We need new socks.
Sure.
And so here are my socks.
Look at that.
And there they are.
They're very nice. And
Thanks.
they match.
They have pockets. So when you said it like that, I was trying to figure out how to prompt you into saying that. So these are the pocket socks, and I was lazy and only put on one pocket, but you know,
Sometimes that's all you need.
sometimes you just need one
Yeah.
pocket, and sometimes you need two pockets.
Sure.
And then I even have right in my pocket. So these are my pocket socks, and now my feet will also be prepared for
Yeah,
all
they
of the
will.
hiking.
You commit to the best.
And I
like
do
it.
not need to wear a chain around my neck to hold my ring, because
Nope.
they'll just be in my socks.
There you
And if
go.
my socks fall down, I mean, they kind of do that anyway, so.
Well, yeah.
That's what socks do.
Nice. Very nice.
This is just what they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Very
Trying to
nice.
keep things.
You're ready.
I'm ready. And also, the bag has a pocket.
Of course it does.
Well, to be fair, the pocket in the bag was my swatch because I wanted to make sure
It's
the
so
yarn in
cute.
question was supposed to be Cascade Superwash, but then it accidentally wasn't Superwash. So I needed to know how accidentally not superwash it was. And then also the gray is some hand spun that I had done many moons ago.
Felted hand spun.
I did felt hand spun because it was Gotland.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a very lovely color.
It's perfect for this.
It's perfect for this. And I've
Yeah.
got it on the strap as well. And the strap is
Wow.
not quite as felted as the bag, but you know,
Mhm.
that was done intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Took a few different trips through the washing machine. And I was like, you know what? I like that strap. It's good. So
I feel like when I'm felting something, like it really is kind of sending it off on a journey.
it really
you
is.
don't know
You don't know
how
what's
it's
going to
come
happen.
back.
No. And there's still some spots on here, like the center front is still not really like super felted.
Oh.
But I'm like, you know, it's
That's
fine.
okay.
It's okay.
Wow, that's really cool.
It'll work.
That's good.
So yeah, so there, I'm all set for my journey.
Yeah, you are. Nice.
Got things.
Good.
We've addressed some unfinished business and created more unfinished business, which is fine because then there's room for a sequel. Not that there's a sequel to Lord of the Rings, but there are enough appendices that we don't need one. So yeah,
Very
there we
true.
go.
Yeah.
That's our Lord of the Rings
Wrap up.
We've made some things. We used some yarn.
We did.
It's good times.
Mm-hmm.
Good times all around. Hooray! So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
Yes, and I counted my stitches.
You
and
counted
I
your
have the right
stitches.
number.
Yay! That's
Yes.
always good too.
So that's always a plus. Oh.
So hopefully you'll join us again, see what we're watching next time.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Could be the snow.
Yeah, it's been pretty snowy here today.
Mm-hmm. Only.
Not so much the rest of the winter, but today
Mm-hmm.
it's been some interesting snow. So yeah, hopefully you'll come check us out, see what we're knitting and watching and where
Up
things
to.
are going.
Could be anywhere.